Hey guys! I have not been recording all day. Yesterday I didn't record at all because all I was doing yesterday was just making the window coverings, but today I also haven't been filming and I have been doing more substantial things. So mostly what I've been doing is putting trim on the unfinished edges or areas. You can kind of see some if you look inside the van. It's been pretty easy. All I've been doing there is getting some of my favorite Gorilla Glue Ultimate construction adhesive, and it's attached things really well, and then I use my mighty nail gun to secure it into a furring strip. And I think it looks really good. Right now, these pieces, this piece right here, if you can see, I'll let the camera focus on that, but you can see that there are some angled cuts here. This is for the wire handle, to hold the handle, to hold the, I don't know if you can see, but to hold these wires here in place. And let me move the camera so you can see. So in order to hold these wires, I needed a handle, and I kept trying to use my corner piece, and you know, it wasn't working, obviously. So, and I couldn't find anything that would resemble a good large enough handle for this wire to stay up here. So I ended up cutting this piece of wood at an angle, and what I'm going to do is kind of place it up here, if you can see that, and have it at a corner. I do need help holding this up. It's a little bit difficult to get it up there just right and to cut these at an angle. But that is what I'm doing right now. And then this right here is one of those pieces that I have managed to nail and glue. It looks really good. It's gonna look even better once everything is completely sanded and painted over, just to, you know, my clean white look that I'm looking for. That's what I'm excited for. So really just doing all the finishing edges today, and that's pretty much it.
So you're gonna put it.
It's gonna be like right here.
Okay. So
it shouldn't be over those wires for you.
Yeah. So you got your spot. Yours is push it up. Okay, let's start. I'm starting here. Okay, you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you don't hit the wires. That's all it matters.
I don't think I'll hit the wires. Actually, when you see that nail, you're gonna want to just twist it. You don't want to break it off. You want to like use it. Now I don't know. Okay, so you know you have furring here.
Yeah.
So you can finish that up. You got furring. You got 3 nails. And a little bit of caulk, you'll never really notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks good.
It was a good idea.
I'm full of them. I got so many of them.
You got to talk to me because I can help you. You know, definitely. You know how long how fat it needs to be. It needs to be up and over. Actually, no. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I didn't really get that right.
What?
Because it's yeah, I didn't do it right. I just got lucky.
Huh.
Because it's because this is one angle, this is one length, then it goes, it's a triangle.
Hey y'all, so today is a rainy, wet, cold day. I still have a lot to do. So I pulled my van closer to the garage, and this is really nice. This is a nice setup. I obviously can't leave it here, but so I can come in and out. But today I am going to put up some molding to finish off all those edges. Additionally, I made this piece of wood. It looks a little strange, but it looks really good when it's up. This goes above the headboard, or on the headboard. Let me show you where that goes. That piece of weird looking wood goes up here. So I need to configure that to go up there. So today is mostly finishing touches day, trim work, and then once I have all the trim work up, once I have all those little wood pieces that covers all these little imperfections, I will sand everything. That'll probably be tomorrow, and it's going to be so dusty. And so I'll sand everything and then paint everything one last coat of white. One last coat of white. So it's getting towards the end. I'm getting really excited, and I'm glad I brought y'all along for the ride. So yeah, trim day today. Gonna put this weird looking piece up, finish all of those weird looking edges. Come with me on this journey. Let's do it. All right, so here I have a piece I just cut. Actually cut it a little short on accident, didn't mean to. It is very easily cuttable. This stuff is actually pretty cool. Trimfinity molding. It is waterproof, cut, you can cut, nail it, sand it, paint it. It's not wood, it's just some sort of composite, if the camera focuses on that. So that is a cutting of it. It's cool, it's very bendy, which is perfect. A guy came up to me when I was in the trim aisle at Home Depot and said, hey, you should look at this instead of that wood, it bends better. I said, well, thanks, buddy, I appreciate that. So here we go, this is what we're working with, pretty nice. I'm gonna put some caulk around those unfinished looking edges at the end. I think it'll look really good. So what I have to do here is I'm just gonna put some adhesive right where it meets the wall, and then use a nail gun, nail that sucker in, and call it a day. I guess it's not nail gun approved, because it's just broke. Ugh, bruh. I mean, honestly, I could put caulk over that and it'd look good. Let's just see how it comes out. But yeah, let's just see how it comes out. I think this looks fine. Not too happy about this, but I did curve it kind of weird. So yeah, I'm gonna put caulk right here. I think it looks fine. I just cleaned up the van for the first time in a little bit. Kind of cleaned up all the junk, all the tools, all the trash in the van. This van is almost done. This van, I can see the end. And I just thought back to when I started the van and how overwhelmed I was, thinking, how am I going to complete this? I was overwhelmed with the task of the electrical work. I was overwhelmed with my timeline, and I did it. Like, I'm so close. And I just wanted to share with y'all my thoughts on that anyone really can do this. Anyone can complete a van build. I did it with little to no experience, did a bunch of research, and the right tools and patience and time, anyone can do a van build. And it was just really encouraging to prove that to myself. And I'm glad I brought y'all along for this crazy adventure, as I always do. But I just want to show you guys how the van looks now. There we go. All right, here we go. So I know there's a bunch of ugly plastic and blue tape, and it's not completely painted, finished, and there's a beer right there, but I mean, this is extraordinary. It's so great to see the finish line. Look at it. I mean, it looks like, I know this sounds weird, but it looks like a real van. I'm accepting an award for something, but like, I really couldn't have done this without my parents, my husband, Jonathan, and you guys who encouraged me. So cheers to all y'all. I'm drinking a Sweetwater IPA. Cheers to y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and use this DAP crown molding, paintable, waterproof caulk on all the creases, corners, cracks, anything that looks unfinished. I'm gonna put some caulk over that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I have pretty much the whole van to do. I'm gonna let that dry and then sand probably with my hand, and then paint all over all of it. I do have several other things to do, but as I see it, I'm gonna do it. There's just a lot to do, a lot of cleaning, a lot of caulking, a lot of painting, but as I see it, I'm gonna do it. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and caulk those edges, make sure everything's smooth, and hopefully be done in a couple days.
Really good. I mean, I noticed how good it looked.
Thanks.
And I didn't think it was caulk. I thought it was something else. Just don't rub, don't gouge it. Just like abrade, get it wet, get it if you need it to be wetter.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Well, just go through it. This is your final touch.
A lot of it's already hardened. That's great.
Be positive there. It's a learning experience.
So I just learned that you can't sand caulk. So I'm trying to wipe it off and smooth it out. My dad's working down over there, that's not nice. So I'm trying to smooth all of it out right now with a wet rag so it doesn't harden and look pretty. This is hard. So I let the caulk sit overnight and everything looks really good. There's a couple spots that aren't as smooth, but like I went over it so many times. I'm gonna go ahead and sand some of those spots. Even though my dad told me not to sand, you can't sand caulk, I'm still going to try to do it a little bit, feather it a little bit. But I'm also gonna sand like other areas, like some nails. I got some hand sanding paper. Hey guys, today I'm going to paint the van. So I sanded it, sort of. So I'm gonna go ahead and just paint everything today, just get this ball rolling. I sanded it and then I just wipe it down with a wet rag just to make sure all that gunk is off. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and paint. About halfway through with painting. It's a little, besides it being a little cold and the paint's not going on as nice as it would if it was a little warmer, it's honestly fine. I don't have any drop cloths down right now, just because that was more work and I've gotten to the point with the van build that I'm a little lazy. But some that has worked to take off any paint splatter. I'm mostly worried about the floor and like the black metal pieces on the van, like in here or something, because you can see it so well. But something that's worked well to take it off while it's still wet is the goof off. A lot of people probably know about this, but if you don't, it's essentially a super glue remover, but it also removes other things like paint. And honestly, paint will be easy to take off the metal, but I just want to do my due diligence and not leave it on. But this stuff works really well on taking off glue, because I used it down near the step here on that foamy stuff, because it left some residue and it looks really crappy. So I used it on that and it came up really well. So if you are looking to paint inside the van and you're lazy like me, or get some glue on something you didn't mean to, Goof Off is really good. It's a little hard to paint. It's such a weird surface, so I'm trying to do everything evenly, but most of the times, like, I'm crunched over, or I'm trying to just make sure it's nice and precise, and it's just, angles are hard. I think it'll look fine in the end, and I can always feather it using a sanding sponge. So like this guy, I could go even finer than this. This is a little rough, but like you could feather it using like anything over 300 grit, I would say. 300 grit sandpaper. So I think I might do that. It's gonna be a lot of work. I've been using two types of brushes, one 3-inch and one 1-inch. 1-inch is for those smaller details. This one, oh my gosh, y'all, if you're gonna paint, invest in good brushes. Like, I've been trying to do this on a budget, and I don't feel right buying a paintbrush that I'll probably use only once for, I think I saw up to like $18 for one, and I was like, no. This is a basic one, but the issue with this one is that you have to take, there's like the bristles sometimes come off and end up on the wall, so you have to like literally take those bristles off, and it's kind of a pain, because then you mess up all that paint that you just put on. Here's a perfect example of that bristle. I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in. That bristle that's sitting on the wall, it's on there pretty well. It's a little tough to get off. So if you don't want to deal with that, I would recommend getting better paintbrushes. So I'll just show you how I take it off. And so in this process, you're just messing up all the paint. This stuff down here is that gunky, gross stuff I was talking about. It's that foam that I put in cracks. It's actually awesome. Like, if you want an expanding foam in a can for insulating things and filling gaps, then get gaps and cracks, because it does a really good job. But it is very messy. But I have found a way to clean it up a bit, so I'll show you how I do that. So this whole step right here is pretty dirty, so I'm gonna clean that up while that first coat of paint is drying. I say first coat of paint, it's more like 2 coats of paint. Yeah, I painted a lot. But right now I'm just gonna show you how I clean out this stuff. So, I mean, what I do, I just kind of get it out of there, because I don't really need it to be seen like this. So I just clean it out. But I use a razor blade, because that gets rid of it better. Let me get that. Razor blade, just put that stuff up. And then you just kind of remove it with this. And then you see a spot like this, you can actually like get that off with nothing too sharp. That'll actually scrape the plastic, so just with the screwdriver works. And then I use the Goof Off to clean anything else that won't come off. It's a pretty good product. The way I've been talking about it today, you think I was sponsored or paid by them, but I'm not paid by anyone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have trouble getting this cracks and gaps, just work at it. It'll come off, and this stoop will look a lot better. Let me get my vacuum and clean it off. Got that new paint looking fresh. Looking freaking fresh. Alright, the paint dried overnight and it looks good. I have a couple spots I still need to put a little touch up on. Some nails that you can still see, like that guy. And some paint that I need to touch up, like under that, because that's actually caulk, so I need to put some paint on that. But it looks really good. The color, I like that I instead did the semi-gloss instead of the matte color. I want everything to be flat, but I think this little pop of shine is nice. So I'm going to decorate this strip of wire here up there. So I think I'm just going to decorate it and use it as like a decoration point. So I'm going to put maybe some decorative banner flags on it and make it look cute. And then if I think of something in the future, I will take care of it. But right now, I think I'm just focusing on getting the basics done. I also have to put the handles on the drawers, all the cabinets and drawers. But honestly, I'm pretty much done, and I don't think you guys need to be around for the rest of it, me doing touch-ups. And I kind of want to reveal it when it's all done. This will be the end of the actual build sequence. I don't think you guys need to be with me for the touch-ups and putting on hardware. So I'm going to start back up with another episode revealing how it actually looks when it's completely done. But it's been great, and it's been nice to bring y'all along with me. And I remember thinking back to like my first cut and I was like, oh my gosh, so like gentle with the saw and stuff. And you should always be gentle with the saw, but now I just feel like super confident and I can start it up and get it where I need it and go much faster. And I remember also in the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, everything's taking so long. And yeah, I mean it takes a while, but honestly I feel pretty experienced. I feel pretty quick. And that might be attributed to like just knowing how I work and my limits. So not only did I learn about building and electric and carpentry, but I also learned more about myself and my work ethic. And I think honestly, I'm a pretty hard worker. So hire me.